Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn how to cite using MLA8 referencing. MLA8 referencing is basically used by the students of languages in order to cite either in their dissertation or the research paper or the thesis that they're writing. But it is a very difficult task to exactly understand what is the exact procedure to cite in your dissertation, in your thesis, or in your research paper that you're writing. So I have tried to make it easy for you. So MLA8 referencing. What does MLA means? It is modern language association style, and it regulates the formatting of the document. As I just spoke, it also gives us an idea that how do we have to cite in text citation, or how do we have to cite within the text, and how do we have to create the works cited list. So the basic pattern is we have to follow double spacing all over the document, and it should be in 12 point Times New Roman. The margin should be 1 inches from all the sides, and we have to leave one space after punctuation. So the beginning line of every paragraph has to be intended half inches, and the header of the page, it should be the header with the page should have a page number along with the heading maybe of the first name of the writer, and we have to use italics for titles. Endnotes, if you are using endnotes, then they have to be placed in a separate page before the list of the work cited. And for the sample, let me just show you this. In this particular document, on the left we have the name of the author, the guide, and the department. So this paper is formatted in this particular way. The title of the paper is in the middle, and then we directly begin with the text of the paper. So if we talk about the first page, that like how do we have to format the first page, what do we have to follow? So there should not be any title on the first page. Everything has to be double spaced. Firstly, the last name, your last name, then your instructor's name, then in the course, like I just showed you in the previous slide, in the slide. Then you have to create a header in the upper right hand corner at the launch. To make it easy, let me just show you. This is a sample MLA paper. So here what I have done is, this is my name and then my guide's name and everything. So it has to be on the left hand side corner. The title of the paper has to be here, and then you have to begin it directly. Now this, every page, on the above of every page we have to place it like this way. How we can do is, we can go in the insert, we can then choose header, and from the list of the header we can choose the type. Since we want to place it in the right side, so we are going to choose this way, and in the type, the document title, we are going to type the name of the author and followed by the page number. So that's how we are going to do it. And there are few more things that I would like to tell. In order to intend it, every paragraph, you just have to select the paragraph, press right mouse button, then on the paragraph option we have few options that you can see on the screen, and in the indentation you can choose 0.5, and it will be left intended 5. Now for work cited list, we have to select the paragraph, press the paragraph button, and then we have to go on the special one, and we'll have to choose the hanging. So now that's how it's going to be, and this is the pattern that we follow. Now once you've selected it, you can follow this particular format in the complete works cited list. So these are the basics, and many of us even don't know how to double space. So this is the, on these lines we have to press, and this 2.0, it means double spacing. So you have to double space your complete document, which is the basic formatting style times new number 12. Now if we talk about the margins, so the margins of the page are 1 inches on all the sides. So these are the basics of paper formatting that we see. Now getting back to the slide, this is the sample that I've just told you, and these are the lists. Now in MLA paper, there should be a header with page number located in the upper right hand corner. Like I showed you, we have to use italics for titles, and endnotes have to be placed on a separate paper before the list of the works cited. So now if we journalize, or we sum up the basic tips that we need to remember while writing the works cited list. So here we come. There has to be a separate page, and this particular work cited has to be in center. Okay, without any quotations, without any underlining, works cited. Okay, now all the works cited have to be arranged in alphabetical order. That means A to Z, and every line has to be indented 1.5 inch or 5 spaces in the hanging indent, like I showed you in the document. And these are the few basics that we need to learn. Now the most important thing that we need to learn is how to cite within the text, that is in text citation, and how to generate the works cited list. It is a very typical thing to do. So our focus would be to learn how to in-text cite and how to create the works cited list. So let's begin now. See, when you're writing your paper, and if you are taking something from any work written by some author, it might be known, it might be unknown, you might take it from a website, or you might take it from a movie, or from a song, or from anything. But this is our ethical responsibility to give credit to the person of whose work we are referring to. That person should be given acknowledgement. That's where comes the role of referencing or citation. And if you are using somebody else's work without giving credit to that, then it comes under the category of plagiarism, which is also criminal in a way. So in in-text citation, whatever you're writing, you have to follow a proper procedure to cite. Now if you have taken something like few words, I read, Wordsworth stated that romantic poetry was marked by a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Now these particular lines have been taken from lyrical ballads written by William Shakespeare, and from 263 page number. So how are we going to cite it? We have just written in brackets. We call these brackets as parentheses. So we have written 263, that is the page number, in the parentheses. And when we are again using the same, so firstly we are going to write Wordsworth's 263, but if we are going to repeat it, then we can only use 263. And in the works cited list that is at the end of the document, we have to write the complete information. That means the last name of the author followed by its first name, then the name of the work in italics, and then the publication, and then the year. So there is a particular pattern